Another wisdom save as Grumps just absolutely bears down his eye. Like, you now see Grumps' face. Grumps comes down and looks you eye to your eyes at the moment you have eyes, and he's trying to win over your wisdom, your will.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna say though, like with these initiative checks, which are basically, in a very real way, they're dexterity rolls. I'm starting to think it's like the Guardian of the Galaxy like dance off mode at this point. That's what I'm gonna challenge him to.
Challenge him to a dance off.
Okay, so let's go. I still have 2 luck.
Okay.
It was gonna be a 15.
So now
Now we can find out what happens. It'd be lame if we never found out what happens.
Yeah.
Eric and Lasan,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
right?
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, a very
bunch of orcs
incapacitated,
appear.
at the moment, what looks like an incapacitated Tau, just doesn't even seem to move, but somehow is now standing on their feet, just like woof, just right on top. Now they're right on their feet,
Well,
and
okay.
they sort of do this maneuver, right, to grab weapons, but there are none, right, because you guys took them.
Yeah.
And instead, roll initiative.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you guys roll initiative.
We
You guys
roll initiative?
Yep.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
here we go.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Spring forth and save me, burly protector.
I'm springing. Okay.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I did something.
All right.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Shoot her?
Lasan, well, as what Nameless actually
But
mentioned
keep
to
away.
you, he said try to restrain. If anything weird happens, try to restrain.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's only you, but you're going to have to try to restrain. You get there in time,
I got to
but you're
try
going
to
to have to
restrain.
try to restrain.
Get
Luckily,
behind
it
her.
was not
Hold
just
on.
super
What?
tough.
All you have to
Strength-
do is make a DC 10, right? Because
Okay.
Tau is not very strong.
Okay.
It's just a DC 10
Hitting with the
strength
accordion.
check.
Ah.
Can you do it?
A DC 10
Isn't it,
strength check.
Isn't it usually athletics for?
It is usually, but just
is
in this
it?
case,
Okay.
yeah, no, it's just straight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Straight strength.
straight strength.
Okay.
Athletics would be better. Just straight up strength.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's not really a skillful kind of thing. Yeah!
You get it.
My hero!
All right, so Tau, you are restrained in your physical form. That is good. All right.
Accordion him. Badoo.
You guys are completely combating this in a way that I did not expect, and that's that. And that's that end of that round. So now initiative check again, Tau.
And well, that'll
good.
probably do. All right, 24.
You're gonna go for 24. He gets.
I'm so happy I had advantage on
Okay.
initiative.
He
Yeah.
actually passes you because he rolled high enough. He rolled high enough last time, but you rolled a 20.
It's one of those. Yeah. You have to roll back really high, and he has to roll really low.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this time,
I was a little bit like held like a little off because I could feel maybe like something on my arms weirdly.
Oh,
right, you could
I
have felt
broke her
like something. What?
concentration.
Right. So this time the spear comes out once again. And it does. This time it crashes, somehow finds its way right into the center of you. And it lifts you up. You're like right on the point of this thing. It lifts you up, and suddenly, what was a god in the clouds becomes a more of a form on the ground, more your size, as everything just sort of like quickly makes this shift. And you're on the tip of this spear as he brings it down and slams it face first on the ground, and you slip halfway on. You are now impaled.
Skewered.
You are skewered. You are impaled on this spear. You
Won't see that in a Disney movie.
You're not this is figurative, right? But you immediately lose half hit points. You are now at half.
Round up or round down? I'm at 31.
Round down.
So I'm at 15
Okay.
and bloodied.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
This
okay.
is why it was so
If he only ever
imperative
hits
that you
me
roll
for
high
half
the
my
first
hit
place.
points, I'll survive
Question.
forever.
Yeah.
Xeno's
Yeah.
paradox.
Question. Half hit points. So we're going to see this physically?
No.
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 No,
We
you
won't
don't
notice?
see this.
No, this,
No,
is-
you
this
don't
is
see
totally. This is totally mental.
Yeah.
Yes, but if
It's like the blood's coming out of my
A little-
nose.
it's
right
like
now.
a
yes,
little
that's what I
trickle.
mean. Something like this.
Yeah, you
So
know
we're
what?
gonna
That
see
could
some-
happen.
And
Yeah,
out of my
that
ears,
is a
too.
physical sign. Yeah, so something you can tell something went wrong. Yeah, I'll give you that as a symptom.
And could
or
we
as a
heal
sign.
it?
No, this is not something that you can heal.
I mean,
So
magical
what about
might be different,
like
but
after
you're feeling, kid.
Lisanne restrains her though? Wouldn't
Can you
Eric
come
also
over?
be able to like grab and
Yes.
help?
Yeah, now you
Yes.
can, which is
You
good
come over and
because
help.
there's going to
Yeah.
be another one of those checks. Physically,
Yes.
Could tell.
oh, what happened? There was that, and there
Oh,
was that.
man.
So that's
Right.
going on. Oh, Grumps also he finally starts to chuckle now. He was getting angry, but now he's chuckling. He's laughing to
So
himself.
he's holding me above him, right?
No,
Like, spear?
he has
Then-
tamped the spear, so
Right,
you're
yeah,
kind of
right.
slid
Yeah.
down far enough to almost meet him eye to eye. You just
Okay, I
like
spit in his eye. No.
No.
Hold on, wait. No, I don't spit in his eye.
okay. All right, so yeah, so that was what he was looking to do. He was trying to do that for a few rounds. Now, this, however, doesn't interrupt because I didn't write that down. I don't think that interrupts because your wisdom beforehand was starting the summons. It's not a concentration check, so
Yeah, no, I think if wisdom interrupted it, wouldn't it make it basically impossible,
Yeah.
like statistically?
yeah.
So
No,
yeah.
and that's why it's not here. Okay, so good. So after that happens, after that strike, after the tamp, which is just brutal, the Nameless does fade into the area. He does come in.
What took you so long?
Right now, before the Nameless gets to act, there is going to be another strength check. But there is now an advantage, or I should say, every single round that goes by, there's going to be some bonuses to Tal's strength. So right now, the
Right.
DC is 12.
Ah.
Okay.
So there's two of
each
you that
have to
can roll.
succeed?
Them. Okay, so you easily restrain. In fact, Lisanne, if you were to roll and you were to lose the break there, Eric is there to restrain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about that. We
So, like,
just got-
one person is in front of me holding my arms down, and the other person's behind and holding the
Yeah,
arms
yeah.
back.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah, pretty much.
just to keep you from
So
moving.
with this damage, I just want to be clear that I know it's taking a mental thing, but the body, nothing will change in the body till she just dies.
We don't
What-
know if
like,
we don't know if she's actually gonna die.
Yeah.
From
I mean,
this
if we're
damage either.
if we're seeing blood, if we're seeing things, there's nothing we can handle or help at a physical level.
Yeah, no, just the restraining part of it.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, if you guys were casters, there might be something more that you can do, but you.
Well,
you-
Lisanne
She
does
has
have heal
she has
spells,
a cure
right?
spell.
I have a heal spell.
Well, I mean,
So-
like, no, that's different though. I mean, actually, of a different caster level, like a caster.
Okay.
There's only a couple spells that could really help.
Okay,
And you would know them, but you don't.
but I
We have
don't.
fancy spells.
Yeah, you need to be basically either a cleric or a wizard, or I mean a sorcerer. Okay. So
Okay.
what happens next? Is that a donation that comes in from Eliakim? $26.09. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed. All right, so after that, let's go to the tab, and then the Nameless comes in. Okay, so Nameless gets to go. Nameless says in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish?
I can do a decent Elvish impersonation.
Okay, so you don't speak Elvish.
Actually, I do speak Elvish.
You do.
Yeah, I do. I learned it from I figured Lisanne.
Okay.
Yes, of course. We hang out. We've been friends for years. It's all good. It's all good.
Very good. All right, so you understand some of the words that the Nameless is saying right now to Grumps. In Elvish, he is spewing forth some wicked insults. You had some insults, but this guy is loaded with them.
Yo mama.
He is loaded with these insults. And actually, I have to make a. I don't actually pass that. So, Grumps takes you again, and this doesn't do anything to you physically, or in terms of that, or whatever. But he takes you again. He sort of like just sort of shoves the end of his spear, as mighty as the spear is, shoves it into the ground, so that it stands upright, and makes appear a massive battle axe, and walks
So I'm like
forward.
pinned to the ground now.
Yeah, you're just like impaled. You're just there. And produces this massive battle axe and approaches Nameless, and without a word, combat begins between the two. Now, Nameless is a ghost at this point. He's still like he's around, but not around in the physical world. But he's even stronger in this environment. This is his environment. And being able to fight sort of hand to hand with Grumps is a thing that they can do. Now, Grumps says back, in a language you can understand quite well, the reason, you learn really fast that the reason that he is nameless is because he lost it. Nobody remembers him because he was dishonorable, is what Grumps is saying. Nobody remembers you. Nobody will ever remember you. You're going to die here in my domain and be lost forever. In fact, Grumps is saying that Grumps is going to keep him here. He's not going to allow him to actually fully die. He's just going to keep him here as his plaything.
We may not have picked the best ally for this.
Yeah.
Tao's starting to have second doubts.
No.
Second thoughts.
You can't have doubts. Don't let him in. Be strong.
So we can flavor this up however you want. For those who want to do like the whole DBZ shit, you can do that, right? Or we can just have a normal fight where people are, there's just back and forth a bit.
I don't know. I'm just noticing that like if Grumps keeps the ghost there, then we still get the loot.
There is that. Now,
Or as
Nameless,
somebody said, we redistribute the things. Yes.
Yeah, can I pull out the spear? Can I like free myself?
You can try, but the problem is that you're kind of sealed in the ground, and to back yourself up is going to push you against the heavy ground, which is possible. You can make strength checks for that. But the way the spear is, it's got a hook at the top, right? Where it's like it acts like it has like it's shaped like this, and it has two little barbs. So there's no real way to get off of it.
Right, but can I pull it out of the ground?
You could try.
Yeah,
you know what? Yeah, make some strength checks.
This is gonna be not good.
No, it's psychic strength checks, right?
Yeah,
Use like
that's
int
true.
instead.
Okay, that is definitely not good.
I only have one luck left. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do this or save it. I think I've got to save it. So I'm not gonna reroll. Plus, obviously, I get no pluses to my strength, so.
Okay. All right,
odds are
so
not great.
with the little bit of movement around, the only thing you really do is you tend to like sink yourself a little bit lower on the spear. So you're getting closer to the ground, mind you, but that's about all you do. Right. So these two are fighting. Make a. Actually, is that done? That one is done because he's already here and you've already done. No. Actually, no. Make a will save. You have to make another will save. Our
Wisdom save.
wisdom save.
List.
Okay, this I will use my final luck on.
Okay, you made it. Just damn barely. Just barely. Okay, so you do not, as you start to really, this pain is excruciating, right? What you feel, even though it's maybe not real, it's real enough to you.
Yeah. Real to me.
It's really excruciating. So what flips through your mind really fast is that all you have to do is just remove your eye and it's all over, right? And that's like not as much pain, right? That's what's going through your mind. But immediately as you start to reach for your eye, you're like, no. Then at that point you feel like you would have ultimately lost against Grumps. Grumps would have won. You're not going to let that happen, so you do not reach for your eye.
And again, this is in the dream world, so I was probably doing it with the dagger.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. Yeah, with
Seriously,
the dagger. Yeah,
like,
you have the
I'm
dagger.
started hacking at the spear, and I realize it's probably a Grumps god artifact,
Right.
so it's impossible, but still symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to hack at the spear instead of my eye.
Actually, now that I think about it, though, this is the following round. No, this is not the following round. So these two are fighting. Now it's the following round. We're going to speed things up for this now. The following round, you take another half hit points.
Half current or half max?
Half. Actually,
Current.
that's a good question. One second.
No, don't look
Because
it up.
2 times half
Significant
max,
difference.
rounding the existing health down, is
Maybe.
like 100%.
Don't look at. He leaves.
When the dungeon master leaves, it's
We're in
all
so
bad.
much trouble.
Does
He's
Dungeon
going to go
Master
get a
leaves,
book
don't we
and
win
check.
by default? I think we
Yes.
win.
Woohoo!
We start making up our own story now. And then suddenly Grumps has a heart attack.
And then Coralon Lithelian shows up.
We
with
made
his boombox
you left.
on your front
we made
lawn.
some decisions. We're fine. It's all good.
I'm happy to announce that it is half current.
Okay. So I'm gonna live forever. Yeah, well,
No.
except that we always around the rounding.
The problem is
so
that
I-
when every time you take damage from this thing, you have to make that save again.
Right.
So that's now your save. So you have to
All
make
right.
this save.
Right.
I was
Okay.
at 15, so I'm gonna lose 8, so I'm at 7.
Yep. And now make your save. I said
No, again?
we're speeding things up, so it's a new
Okay.
round. And
I don't have any more lucks here,
DC
so
13 is. Is it
I've been
bad
worn
enough?
down. I've been worn down. I mean,
Yeah.
how much can I expect to put up
Yeah.
to survive here?
All right.
A 5 is a really bad will save.
What you actually, you know what? As you start, you pull your dagger out, and now you are definitely about to jab this dagger right into your eye. You're gonna carve it right out.
Can't imagine what that would look like in the physical world. It's just
Nameless. What Nameless does at this particular moment, because he sees this about to happen. Oh, shit, though, he's not able to do it.
Oh,
What?
you know, DM, you could lie.
I could lie. That's true. I could.
that's not the kind of game we're playing here.
You know.
No, I know.
All right.
Oh,
So
God. Oh,
this is unfortunate though. Because in both ways this really sucks, right? Because this was the last round, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tao, unfortunately, boom, starts to happen. In the physical world, Eric and
what's your name?
Lasan,
Go ahead.
you see the eye physically, an eye just start to it just disintegrates. It doesn't like bleed out or anything like that. The eye just kind of like just leaves. It's gone.
Right, because
No,
I
I
was
was-
wondering if it was just going to turn white or whatever, but no.
Yeah,
he's-
I was thinking just
Right.
turn white, maybe. But okay.
Yeah, no,
it's-
the entire
It just
eye just
melts.
drops out. There's now a cavity there, and it's completely bloodless, right? And this is nice, right? It's a completely bloodless. You know, it's gone.
I have to get you an eye patch for this from now on.
But
That's
the
all right. I
interesting
don't use any
thing,
ranged weapons. I mean, magic missile is self-targeting, so
yeah,
you know. It's
the
fine.
interesting thing that happens
Except for
though
the whole
is,
like becoming a puppet of Grumps.
yeah, well, no, not technically. You fought against Grumps. This is not, you know, I don't know.
Right, I didn't choose.
Yeah, you didn't really choose this. So yeah, the amulet, that is around your neck. This is the final round. As the Nameless is fighting Grumps. How do I actually word this?
I'm assuming that
Because he
Nameless
was
is-
coming over to say, he was already going to come over. He's already fighting your way. I forgot to mention this. They were fighting he was fighting in a way that sort of gets closer to you. Anyway, he reaches down and he was going to like slap the dagger away from you and was going to then grab the amulet. So he doesn't get there in time to really slap the dagger away. In fact, he gets there just too late, which is my role. But he does grab the amulet and he rips it right off your neck. Like it just comes right off your neck in that realm. And
So the
that's
real
it.
one's probably just like a useless piece of whatever now.
Basically, the last thing you see is Grumps' axe coming down as he's bent over grabbing that amulet and you're yanking it off your neck. Grumps' axe comes down and cleaves right through the spirit. And then you're zapped back and you're right now you're sitting restrained by Eric and Lasan.
Who's
And
in front of me and who's behind me? So who is looking?
I'm behind.
Okay, so Lasan.
I was sitting behind you at the start. You jumped up and it like took me by surprise. I didn't get you properly the first round, but like
Right.
In fact, you guys can start actually make some more strength checks because Tao is going to be ballistic at this point. Because you're
Like-
coming back in.
Flung into the air.
Yeah, no, not ballistic like that. But you're gonna be like your mood,
damn it.
your everything about you, because you're just coming out of that is going to be
wake up the
severe
star.
shaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right.
Someone waking up from a dream.
So can Lasan restrain you?
Oh!
Okay. So both
It's
Eric.
like elbow Eric in the face and like
both Eric and Lasan are sort of just flung aside, and I'm not going to make anybody make any rolls for this. It's whatever. So this is just flavor. So you're flown aside as Tal gains, some amount of vision, except for not all of it, and yeah, passes out. I'm going to say, Tal, you just absolutely pass out on the floor.
Oh
That's fine,
God.
Interestingly enough, this is what's going to happen in terms of game turns. Having lost your eye, you're stuck at 3/4 hit points until a long rest.
Oh God.
Yeah, okay.
So you guys are not going to
Well,
actually
I
move
figured all
forward.
the psychic damage and things like that. A lot of it would have to be,
Yeah,
you know,
you're stuck at
healed
3/4
for
hit
resting
points
anyway.
until a long rest. Okay. That could have gone worse. You still have an amulet. It's still there.
It's like a shitty thing made out of like bones and crap, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's not even a nice looking amulet.
You can take it off if you want.
I'll take it off and just tear it. Well, no, I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm having my long rest now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. So these guys are going to take a
Rosanna
long
Rosanna
rest.
can check me. She knows that I'm alive.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
just, after
if
someone
I can't
has that
heal
kind of
anything,
trauma-
then
Mhm.
Oh, my God.
Over?
I mean, they're asking if I'm on the cultist side. I can't imagine why.
This is very interesting. Now we've got like Tao has a actual battle scar.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Look,
I'm
I probably have a
changing
scar
green.
here too.
Oh.
Let's see. Look, green
No,
die.
actually, I
Oh,
wouldn't say you
with a
do.
2.
What? What is
What are
that
you doing
for?
to me?
If I change my color to green, I get a 2 instead of a 1. It's awesome.
All right.
There we go.
I'm just gonna get rid of that. Cancel,
God.
minimize those notes. No, you should just wear shades. He's wearing shades now to hide that. All right. So if you guys do a long rest now,
200
there is no. If you look around, or I guess the calmest person in the room, or the two calmest people in the room, are going to be Lasan and Eric. There is no.
Out of the
Nameless.
3 people in the room, yeah.
There is no Nameless.
There's no
Oh,
nameless,
there
yeah.
is no nameless.
Nameless is gone.
Okay, so while she's having a long rest, should we be investigating, Eric?
Do you think? But is it over? She's not gonna like freak out again? This isn't not like
Oh,
just
she's sleeping.
playing dead or.
Your
Playing
intuition, your intuition would be quite possibly that
Like bind
the
my
worst
hands
is pretty
if
much
you're
over.
I sure hope that was the worst.
Me too.
Oh God.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we could investigate around then.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, if it's just going to be like splitting the party wise, you can easily.
Well, I don't know, how
camp
big
here.
is this? Tell us.
How
I mean,
big is the
yeah.
tomb?
All right. This is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and switch you guys over. You can start to look around if you want to look around, or you can decide not to by just having.
Let's
first
see what we're
little foray.
in.
So there we
What
go.
are we in?
So I'm gonna assume that if we do like a short rest, then I'll be conscious again. Although still at 3/4 of max.
Yeah, short rest, and that'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, cave. This is like
Nope,
not
I
a
can't.
cave.
No.
This is not at all what I was picturing.
It was
Oh
a
my
cave
God.
at first, right? And then we found like the doorway. It was a secret doorway,
Holy.
and that's
Yeah.
when the ghost spawned. And yeah, I guess that's where the tomb is.
Mhm.
Wow.
very aggressive
This
right
is
now.
nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Not what I
obviously
thought we
not
were
tuned
in.
into the right
Now,
place.
now that you say
Okay.
that this is nice, I will tell you.
Now we
one
all
little tidbit.
die.
Actually, you roll the spot. Who would be best for this?
Perception.
Oh, me.
Yeah,
me.
perception.
Really
check.
good.
roll the perception. Everybody but Tao, roll this perception check. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, we're on it today.
Okay,
There you go.
20.
That's good enough. Right. So
Green is better for me.
you notice that the floor, the stone floor, is exceptionally clean.
Beautiful.
Like, it's just, there's no dust, there's no debris, there's no nothing. It is just completely clean, polished even. It's like just beautiful, immaculate, if you will. And that's what you notice. Okay.
That's all we see. So, what time of day? What I don't even. know where
Right
we
now, and actually at this particular point, there is a bit of a thunderstorm happening outside, and
are. Okay.
you could, I don't know if you guys want the half ogre here with you, or do you want to leave him at the door, or to watch
Yeah,
for
I mean,
intruders?
we're just all here in this little center courtyard thing
Yeah.
here. Or this is where we are.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, he's just right there. He's like 5 feet from us. He's,
I mean, the
he's
question
okay.
is, are we gonna wait until I have regained consciousness, or are you gonna explore and have the ogre just carry me?
That could work too.
Because what could possibly go wrong? We've got an unconscious. You know what? Why don't I don't know what time of day it is. Is it if it's later in the day? Why don't we just make a fire or just camp and
As far as
take
we know,
care of
like,
our friend here?
we found the graves. As far as we know, the main like expedition that we were chasing after is dead. So I
Yeah.
don't feel like there's a time pressure on us right
I
now,
don't either.
particularly.
Let's just look after our. I'm just the whole healing thing. I'm feeling like we should be watching our friend a little bit. I don't know. Or if you want to explore, take the ogre with you, and
Yeah,
I don't
think
know.
that makes a
just
whole
wait.
lot of sense. Yeah.
Let's just wait in case there's a trap or there's a something. And
Yeah, exactly. We
Just
thought it was
wait.
smaller.
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys want to do a long or a short rest?
Well, we have to get her well. We're gonna however long that takes. We don't know what that's gonna be,
Yeah.
but take my cloak and make her a pillow and cover her up and just take care of her
Yeah.
until she's conscious again.
So yeah, after an hour, presumably, I wake up, and you use your healing kit on me, and I use a couple of hit dice or something like that.
Okay.
So I don't know what 3/4 of 31 is. 31.
I mean, I will. You know what? I'll definitely
Four.
try before we go into our long rest. Definitely try a healing spell. I don't know
Yeah.
if it will work, but I think I would try
Well,
that.
you know
We're
it
gonna
won't bring
try.
back. You know it won't bring back the eye.
Yeah.
But we want her well, right? So
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
going to give that a shot.
So that's
Um,
yeah. So between that and your healing kit and everything, I can get myself up to 23 after the short rest.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still like shaken up, and
Yeah.
there's some internal damage that only proper sleep can heal. Dream
Or
sleep.
alcohol. Lots of alcohol.
Or that.
Right. Oh, and
I need
by
to
the way,
disinfect my interior.
you still
We need pie.
performed. I don't know what's gonna happen there. You don't even know what's gonna happen. You did lose an eye, right? But you didn't actually swear fealty to Grumps, and the amulet is
No.
now broken. So there may or may not be anything associated. with that.
Consequences.
Yeah. So you were just gonna have to probably feel it out, find out. All right. So that's good. So everybody's back to sort of fuller health, I say.
Full,
Yeah.
yeah, we're all fine.
Okay.
Rest of us are fine.
Mm-hmm.
We just watched the show
And then do we successfully take a long rest after?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
without interruptions.
That's what we were
Feed our
talking
little
about.
ogre
Yeah.
friend here or whatever.
Yeah, we had to share some rations with him. Convince him our friend just needs to recover. Then we're gonna see what's in this place. That's where his friend said there was good stuff.
Interesting. If you guys are you doing a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing a long
Yeah.
rest. Okay. So actually, the only person who's really going to be able to do this is Eric. Eric, as you're trying to get a little bit of shut eye, whether or not you guys are taking rounds in terms of watch or
Shut
whatever.
eye.
Shut
Oh,
eye.
that's good.
Shut eye.
Yeah.